Hey everyone! Today in this video I'll be making the Moon Sister from Kubo and the Two Strings. In previous doll videos I've made all of these, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna need a new shelf soon. Anyway, I've made Noodle, Hatsune Miku, Robot Geisha, Ashi, Katana, Harley Quinn, the Joker, and Emily. I'll leave a link down below for all of these videos. So without further ado, let's begin! So this here is the doll I will be using. I got her because she was super cheap and I just knew that this would be absolutely perfect to make one of the Moon Sisters. Also, another thing that sold me to her is the fact she has black hair, which is the perfect colour for the sister. By the way, if you've never actually seen Kubo and the Two Strings, I seriously recommend it. It is so good, and I just had to make one of the sisters because they're just amazing, so dark and just awesome. If you didn't know, this is what one of the sisters looks like. She is seriously like one of the most awesome characters I've ever seen, which is why I'm gonna make her in this video. So let's just get started with everything. I don't know what order I'm gonna do everything in this video because there's just so much to do with her. Anyway, I think I'm gonna go ahead and start with the mask.
I'm cutting out a piece of clay which is the same shape as her face, and I'm just going to put it on top of her face just to measure it and see where the nose, the eyes and the lips are.
Okay, so the mask is actually done, and I did make another one. This one is the main mask and I tried to give it some shape. I could have done a lot better, but this is the first time I've ever made a mask using clay. This here is the other one. This one is the broken one, so I will do some sort of repaint on her face because she's going to be able to swap masks. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and actually paint these two.
So I'm painting both of the masks with a mixture of green, blue, yellow and orange acrylic paint, just to give it more of an aged sort of effect. I didn't want it to just be white. I've also used some dark grey acrylic paint just so I can do shading around where the eyes are, and then after that I'm just going around where the eyes are with pencil, and I'm also doing that with the lips as well, just so I can mark off exactly where they are.
So this is what the mask looks like, and I love it. It actually fits on the doll's face without falling off, which is absolutely great. As well as this mask, I actually went ahead and painted the other one as well. Now this is the broken one, so the colours are a lot darker. Yes, I'm actually very happy with these two masks. Anyway, now I'm going to move on with the repaint.
So to remove the factory paint, I'm using acetone. Do not use nail polish at all, it ruins the face really badly. And I'm just painting over the top of that with some skin tone acrylic paint, and this is the only part of the body which I'm actually going to be painting because it's the only part of the body you're actually going to be able to see. Anyway, so I'm just going around where the eyes are with pencil just so I can mark it off exactly where I want the eyes to be. And then I'm going over everything with the acrylic paint. I tried my best to give her sort of an evil look because she is sort of evil. Yeah, and I did put a scar on her eye just because I just thought it would look cool.
So I just finished with the repaint and I love her face so much. I feel that it just came out perfectly. I did give her a scar on her face just because of the way the character is. And I tried to give her similar facial features to Kubo's mother. And the mouth was probably one of the most difficult things to do, but I think I still pulled it off. I actually really like the way this mouth looks. It's much better than what I usually do. Anyway, now that the face is done, I need to sort out this hair, because this fringe has just decided to go all crazy. So I just finished with the hair, and I didn't do it on camera because it just took so long to do. Anyway, it's just a ponytail with these two front bits which I glued together, and I put the fringe on top of her head using glue as well. So now that the hair is done, I can finally move on to the outfit, so I think I'm going to do the hat first.
So to make the hat, I'm just drawing around a circular cup or whatever and making the base of the hat. Then I cut out that shape with a crafting knife, and then I made the top of the hat. I then used hot glue to glue it all together, and I had to stick a pin in the middle of the hat so that the hat will actually stay onto the doll's head. I then used grey acrylic paint to paint the hat. I also made the logo thingy, and then I just stuck that on the hat with hot glue.
Done, and I'm very happy with it. I did previously try to make another one, but it just failed really badly. So the head is actually completely done now. I just need to go ahead and do the outfit. So according to the photos, the Moon Sister has these weird trouser things with a really purpley fabric, and I couldn't find that colour, so I just bought this instead. It's similar, but it's more blue than purple. This will be for the trousers, and for the top, it looks really weird, like the way it's patterned. I just decided to get this fabric because it's kind of got two colours in it, and it'll just fit. Let's hope it fits. I also have some other colours of fabric just to add in, just in case I need more colours. So I'm just going to go ahead and make some really simple clothing, and I'll be right back.
So for the clothing, I did make my own patterns, but they're really bad, so yeah. I really need to learn how to properly sew. Anyway, yeah, I used my sewing machine to sew it together, as you can see.
So I just finished with the basis of the outfit. So I have the trousers. They're not as accurate as I wanted them to be. I did try and do the pleating, whatever, but it didn't work. So they are just like this. She is currently wearing the shirt because I can't put the trousers on yet because I am actually moulding on some things onto the legs. I'm using this 3D pearl effect stuff to put some detailing onto the legs.
So I used this 3D pearl effect stuff just all over the legs just to give it that sort of boot looking effect because I didn't want to actually make her shoes because I didn't see the point. By the way, it actually dries really quickly, which is really good. I then just went ahead and painted the boots, or whatever, with acrylic paint. I then sealed it with a gloss varnish.
So I actually just completed the boots. They came out really well. I wasn't expecting them to look this good. Anyway, now I'm gonna finish the rest of her outfit. So for this like chest piece, I think I'm going to use the original like necklace thingy she came with and just mould clay over the top.
Once again, I'm using air drying clay and I'm just moulding it over the top of this necklace piece. I then cut out the shape with the crafting knife. I then paint it again with acrylic paint and cover it with gloss varnish.
So here's what the armour looks like now. I did attach this ribbon on it so I can attach it around the doll's waist once the outfit is completely done. Now that the armour piece is done, I can just add extra bits to the outfit and then I'm going to make the cape.
So I'm just gluing on the belt with hot glue and it's just some black ribbon, and then I'm putting the rest of the trousers on, which is like a little bow and everything.
So now the outfit is mostly complete. I'm gonna go ahead and make the cape. So I made this really simple cape using My Froggy Stuff's cape tutorial. I'll leave a link to that video down below. For the spikes on the cape, I will be using this ribbon, which I got from the Fabric Guild. I just think it'll work really well, and it's already got the spikes on it, which is great. So I'm just gonna go ahead and cut these into little pieces. So I've actually cut quite a lot of the pieces out, and I'm just going to go ahead and hot glue them to the cape.
So for each individual piece, I'm just hot gluing it on, and this seriously took forever, so you might want to come up with a better way of doing this, because it really did take a long time to make. I kind of gave up halfway through and didn't really care if it came out as a mess.
So I just completed the bottom of the cape, and now I'm just going to finish off the rest, but I'm not going to film it because it's just going to take so long. So everyone, the cape is complete. I'm very happy with it, as I actually kind of think it does look somewhat similar to what the cape is. I might go over it with some brown at some point just to make it a little bit more accurate. But apart from that, it is done. Yay. It actually did take me about 5 hours to complete this cape. I cannot believe how long it took. I was watching the 2-hour movie and I only managed to do the 2 bomb rows in 2 hours. That's how long it takes. It's great. Anyway, so the outfit is done and the armor is done as well, and the top, and I also did this claw hand. I didn't do this on video because I didn't know whether it was going to work and I didn't know whether I was going to keep it, but I am keeping it, so I love the hand thingy. It looks amazing. So now it would appear that she is done. So yeah, she is done, and this doll has taken me about 2 weeks to make, and I'm just so glad she's finally finished and I don't have to do anything else with her. But anyway, here's a look at her shoes or whatever. I think they came out really well. And her trousers. And her armour, which is being covered by the cape because the cape is absolutely huge. And her amazing claw hand. I love how I did this. It's probably my favourite part of the doll. And of course her face and her hat. So there is the main mask, the broken mask, and of course without the mask. Here's the look of what her cape looks like from the back, and yeah, this was the main thing that took so long, but overall I'm really happy with the cape. So if you have enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, comment and subscribe. And make sure to stay for the photos, which will be just in a second. And yeah, bye bye!